known online as the Trendy Socialite. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter, Trendy Socialite. You can also go to my website, adeearrogers.com, ADEEARROGERS.com. I started out doing natural hair videos back in 2009, 2010. In 2011, I started doing live natural hair events. And in 2012, I created what is now, the #1 multi-city natural hair meetup in the world, and that is International Natural Hair Meetup Day. That is a one-day event where we celebrate the awesomeness, beauty, versatility, and style of natural hair. And we have events literally all over the world: Paris, Amsterdam, Seoul, South Korea, Antique, Philippines, all points in places in between, Africa. So yeah, I'm really proud of that. During that process, I got the opportunity to mentor and train and coach and consult with various event planners that hosted events around the world. Hi, how are you? Hi, from Trinidad. And during that process, I just got to know myself, and I got to know what I was good at. And that's actually pushing people toward their purpose. And that's why I am known as the purpose pusher. If some of you have ended up here as a result of being connected with Natural Nicole, Scoper as we know her, and you are one of my fellow rich friends, welcome to my part of the Scoposphere. I'm so glad to have you here with me. Hi, from San Diego. How are you? And so I'm just glad to have you here. But yes, my purpose is to push you toward your purpose. What is natural hair? How is it different from regular hair? So natural hair is hair that is not chemically relaxed. Some people take it further and say that there are no chemicals in it at all, including color. But for me, natural hair, I don't have color in my hair right now. Hi. But for me, natural hair is hair that is not chemically relaxed or chemically straightened, meaning you put a substance on your hair and it straightens your hair and it stays that way for a long period of time. So that's what natural hair is. Awesome, great. So for those of you that are in the natural hair community, I do sell these shirts. I love my natural hair. You can find them on trendylifestyle.spreadshirt.com. And I have the hearts in different colors. So please do that. No, my past scopes are not on catch. So I started doing that. And so now every day, on Monday through Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll come up here and do a 10 at 10 where I share 10 things with you all. Tips, mindset shifts, resources, hacks, uses, which is exactly what I'm doing tonight. This is social media week on the 10 at 10. Yes, yeah, you can get my shirt at trendylifestyle.spreadshirt.com. And the heart comes in different colors like yellow and a hot pink and red and green. The next International Natural Hair Meetup Day is in May of 2016. So I forgot what I was getting ready to say. So yeah, we're sorry. This is social media week on the 10 at 10, which means that I am focusing on various social media platforms. I am highlighting each one of them and talking about them. So Monday was Pinterest, last night was Instagram, and tonight is Twitter. So I always start these particular segments or this week of 10 at 10 with some stats, hopefully stats that will show you the value of Twitter and why you as a brand, a blog, or a small business should be on Twitter. And then I talk about some of the tips. I would connect your Periscope to your Twitter account. Yes, I would. Especially if it's brand related. If your Twitter account is part of your brand, I would absolutely connect those two, because I have seen an increase in interaction and following and stuff like that with my Twitter account being connected to Periscope. Absolutely. All right. So here are some Twitter stats for you. There are 316 million monthly users on Twitter. It does. There are 316 million monthly users on Twitter. Estimate how many tweets you think happen a day. How many tweets do you think actually happen a day? Any guesses? Nope. Nope. Not billions. Nope. 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 All right, I'm going to tell you. There are 500 million tweets a day. 500 million tweets a day. So I'm so sorry to burst your bubble and to disappoint you. And yeah, your one tweet a day is lost. It is not even a grain of sand. I don't know what is smaller than a grain of sand in the ocean, but that is essentially what happens when you only tweet one time a day. There are 500 million tweets per day. 500 million, okay? Here's a statistic that I don't like at all, and that is 12% of small businesses use Twitter. Only 12% of small businesses use Twitter. 3 in 10 businesses have yet to join Twitter. So only 12% of small businesses actually use Twitter. 3 in 10 businesses have yet to join Twitter. Oh, I don't know that statistic. I mean, I don't know that statistic. How many tweets should we do? I'm getting to that. That's later on. That's in my content. So only 12% of small businesses use Twitter. 12%, y'all. Twitter is free. Twitter is free. So I don't understand why every small business does not have a Twitter account. I just don't understand that at this point. It is free. That's not good. Absolutely. Free 99. Yes. Oh, so yeah, time is not free, but do you have time not to make money? You don't have time to make money? Because that's what happens on Twitter. That's what happens on Twitter. Twitter is not, I don't know why people think posting on social media is like a game or is not necessary or is optional when you have a small business, when you have any business, when you have any brand, when you have anything where you need other people to support it and engage with it. And yeah, so, you know, it is completely up to you. So if you don't have time to post on Twitter or to do anything on Twitter, then, you know, you have to factor that in to success or lack thereof as it relates to your brand, your blog, your business. It is, and social media advertising is word of mouth advertising, because again, with 500 million tweets a day, 316 million monthly users, people are talking to each other. They're not just putting stuff out there. They're not just putting stuff out there and no one is seeing it. Okay. They're not just putting it out there and it's just, you know, out there in cyberspace, literally somewhere. No, there are people reading it, watching it, clicking links, and what have you. So I'm really concerned. If you're not on Twitter, you need to get on Twitter as soon as the scope is over. Okay, please. Thank you. Because 74% of people follow small businesses to get product updates. 74% of people follow small businesses to get product updates. 74% of people follow small businesses to get product updates. 74%, okay? 86% of charities and nonprofits use Twitter. 86% of charities and nonprofits use Twitter. 47% of people who follow a brand on Twitter are more likely to visit that company's website. 47% of people who follow a brand on Twitter are more likely to visit that company's website. There are 15 jobs posted every minute on Twitter. There are 15 jobs posted every minute on Twitter. The average Twitter user follows 5 or more businesses. The average Twitter user follows 5 or more businesses. 42% of international brands tweet 10 times a day on average. That's 15 jobs, not 5. 15, 15, posted every minute. 42% of international brands tweet 10 times a day on average. Tweets, exactly. Tweets containing image links, hello, how are you, have 5 times higher engagement rates. Tweets containing image links have 5 times higher engagement rates. And lastly, where the rubber meets the road, average sales for orders for visitors referred by Twitter, the average sale total for people that have visited and bought from a company based on their interaction on Twitter, $46.29. $46.29. So if you've been with me every night, they literally have ranged from $46 to $68 average per order of people that have been referred from social media sites. So that was Pinterest, Instagram, and now Twitter. So if you got one referral every day, if you made one sale that hit that average from Pinterest, from Instagram, and from Twitter every day, just saying. All right, so those are my Twitter stats for you. Here are some Twitter strategies and things to think about. I love Instagram as well. Yeah, I'm telling you, $46, that's like my mani-pedi money. Like that's bill money. Some dollars make lots of dollars. All right. Well, exactly. If you made one sale from each of those social media platforms a day, yeah. All right. So number one, 74% of people follow small businesses to get product updates. 74% of small businesses, people follow small businesses to get product updates. So number one, these are in no particular order. Follow industry. You should still be on YouTube. That's good content as well. And it's good evergreen content. It's good video. It's a great video platform where, where that can live. So I don't really do YouTube videos anymore. I do them now because I upload my 10 at 10s up there. But other than that, I don't really do YouTube videos anymore. So the first tip that I have is to follow industry and niche leaders. So follow people in your area of passion, in your niche, that you know are thought leaders, are movers and shakers, and are considered experts, gurus, whatever terminology you use in your particular area or field. One way that you can manage that is by adding them to lists. So there is a list function in Twitter, and you can add people to various lists. And you can add them based on your friends, based on their niche, based on whatever it is that that you are doing. Have a great evening. And so use lists to do that. So you can have a list for bloggers, you can have a list for product makers, you can have a list for nursing managers. Like, you can have whatever list you want to do that in. But that's one way to sort of manage it, so it doesn't always get lost in your Twitter feed. You can actually go to the list and follow those people and see what they're saying, see what they're talking about, click their links, read the articles they're reading, see their book recommendations, and what have you. So that's my number one thing about Twitter. Number two is to continue to participate in Twitter chats. Continue to participate in Twitter chats. Twitter chats are still a great way of getting your name out there, engaging with people, and sharing your information, your content, your resources with people. There are usually Twitter chats on just about every subject out there, from natural hair, beauty and fashion, wellness, business, whatever it is that you want to talk about. Chances are there is a Twitter chat related to that at some level. So, and if there's not and you want to start one, absolutely, by all means, start one. There is never too much Twitter chat. There's never too many times or opportunities where you can talk about different things. Yeah, I forget about Twitter chat sometime too, but they're still very, very effective. And when I am able to catch one, I participate, I inevitably gain followers. I inevitably gain a contact or a networking, a person that I've met through that networking means. So I think Twitter chats are still great and awesome, and you should absolutely use it. A lot of brands still use Twitter chats. It is a great way to engage with people in a very in almost a non-invasive way. So I love the fact that I can just be on my phone or on my computer or on my iPad participating in a Twitter chat, and I can be in my pajamas. I can literally be under the covers, lights off. Like, I don't have to have lights like I do right now, sitting up, had to put on lipstick, had to, run a sponge across my face. So I love that about being able to participate and engage in Twitter chats. I can do it from the comfort of my bed, which anything that I can do from the comfort of my bed is great. Now, Twitter chats are actually on Twitter. So there are a couple of ways that you can participate in a Twitter chat. You can participate in a Twitter chat directly. Sorry, I flattened my hair. You can participate in a Twitter chat directly in Twitter by using a hashtag. If you see an advertisement for a Twitter chat, chances are there is a hashtag in it. Hashtag, I'm trying to think of one that I've done. Hashtag SA chat. So thank you, I appreciate it. So you essentially would go to either the search function, Adeea on fleek, I appreciate it. Yeah, Curl Talk is a good one, thank you. You use that hashtag, you can search in Twitter, but you can also, and I think this is the name of it, you can also go to tweetchat.com. I believe that's the name of it. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost sure that is the name of it. Are you the one that left a comment on Instagram? Because I saw it. If you schedule an hour session with me, then yes, I will open up some time. But I can't do it for a half an hour. So yeah, but that costs more money. So, but if you will email me, thetrendsocialite@gmail.com, I'll give you a little deal on that. So what was I saying? What was I talking about? Oh, Twitter chats. So you can go to tweetchat.com and use that hashtag in that, and you can see the entire chat. You don't have to keep refreshing. Thank you. Keep refreshing, and it's okay. Keep refreshing and missing some things. It actually shows up in a stream on this tweetchat.com, and it's free. So you can use something like that to keep up with the conversation, because you never know who's going to pop in, and you get to see, using that hashtag, you get to see even people that you don't follow that are participating in the chat. One thing that a lot of people do say, and they ask you to make your account not private during the chat, so that, because people won't be able to see you, and you really are kind of anonymous at that point unless people are following you. So I absolutely think that Twitter chats are great, especially when you're trying to build a followership, when you're trying to build your engagement, when you're trying to get your feet wet and get the lay of the land on Twitter. Yes, okay, thank you. Tweetchat.com. Yes. Well, it's not new. It's been out since February, but yes, this is my line. It's trendylifestyle.spreadshirt.com. trendylifestyle.spreadshirt.com. So yes, please participate in Twitter chats. They are great ways for you to increase your engagement, get your name out there, especially ones that are related to your field and your area of niche and passion. If there is not a chat related to something that you're interested in, create your own. Create your own. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. You can, a lot of times, I'm trying to think, I think on TweetChat, they have some of the chats that may have been registered through them listed. Otherwise, unfortunately, you kind of have to stumble upon them on Twitter, or searching particular hashtags. For instance, in the natural hair community, Curl Kit does a chat, I think every Tuesday. It's called Curl Talk. And no, it's tweetchat.com is a website. So you just go to the website to do that. So you could go to the website from your phone or tablet or from your computer. When I'm actually facilitating a tweet chat, I use it from my computer, because I like to be able to type, and I'm able to interact a lot faster. Yes, please create your own chat. If there's something that you don't see out there, absolutely create your own chat. A lot of people have consistent chats. So if you want to do it like Curl Kit, they do it every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If there is a topic that you want to talk about, and you want to talk about it consistently, absolutely do a Twitter chat every Sunday at 8 o'clock. A lot of Twitter chats happen on Sunday. Not really sure why. I guess people are winding down from the weekend, and a lot of people are back home and settled by then to get ready for the work week or what have you. So a lot of Twitter chats happen like between 7 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. And I participate in multiple chats at the same time, because that's the great thing about Twitter. When you look at your Twitter feed, you can participate in anything. All you have to do in order for your tweet to show up in that chat is to use the hashtag. Yes, I have done one. I've created one. I've participated in them, and I've led one. So if you are interested, I can maybe do a Twitter chat, and so you can see how it's done. Or if you're interested in that, give me some hearts, and then type in yes, and I'll consider doing that between now and Sunday, so you can see how it works. All right, I can do that. Awesome, 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 awesome. Number 3, absolutely, I can do that. Number 3 on Twitter, in terms of my tips about Twitter, is to become a link resource maven. One of the amazing things about Twitter is the fact that you can post links in there, and I'm always finding articles. Twitter is where I get a lot of my news. Twitter and Facebook are the primary places, thank you so much, that I get my news. So I'll do a recap after I talk about this one, okay? So Twitter's a great place to post article links, your blog links, what have you. So use that as an opportunity to tweet out links about things, not only for yourself about your brand, but things that are related to you, things that are related to your passion or your niche. So number one was follow industry and niche leaders. You can use lists to manage that. That is that function in Twitter. Participate in Twitter chats. We spent a good deal of time talking about that one. Number three was become a link resource maven. So just sharing links, whether it's your content, someone else's content, things that you're passionate about. Become a link resource maven. All right, number four is tweet your own content. And tweet it consistently and tweet it regularly. Tweet your own content. It does help with networking in your own within your industry. I understand. I'm gonna do a Twitter chat between now and Sunday. So when I decide when it's gonna be, I will pop on Periscope and let you know when it's gonna be. But then also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, and I will post when I'm going to do that Twitter chat as well on those two. And it's Trendy Socialite on both of those, Instagram and Twitter. So tweet your own content. One of the things that I love, one person that I love, you don't have to follow me to participate in the Twitter chat. You have to use the hashtag in order to participate in the Twitter chat. One of the people that I love and admire, and I've watched how she does this, is a natural hair blogger named Janelle Stewart out of New York. And her name is Black is Beautiful. And she tweets her own content like consistently, constantly. She is tweeting her own content like all the time. I rarely get on Twitter where I don't see a tweet from her. And it's a scheduled posted tweet. And so I know that, but still, like, she's always in my timeline. She's always in my feed. And sometimes when I go, especially if the subject is interesting to me, or if the blog title, the post title is interesting to me, I'll click on it. And when I do that, sometimes the content is not current, meaning that it's not something that she wrote this week. It's something from last year or the year before, even sometimes, or earlier this year. And so I've learned a lot from that, because so many of the types of content that we have, the pictures that we have, the things like that was considered evergreen, meaning that they don't really go out of style. They're not time sensitive or time limited or term limited. So you can literally post a lot of the content that you all have. Y'all know Periscope won't let me be great sometimes. So I do apologize. Thank you so much. If you don't mind sharing, that would be great. So in case someone doesn't follow me and they got here through you, they can come on back in. All right. So, hi from Minnesota. Great to see you. So we're talking about 10 Twitter tips and uses. For those that may have just joined, I'll recap really quickly. One is to follow industry and niche leaders. Number 2, participate in Twitter chats. Number 3, become a link resource maven, meaning that you post articles, things that would be of value to your users and to those that follow you. Number 4 is where I was and what I was talking about, and that is to tweet your own content. And I was talking about how Janelle Stewart does a masterful job at that. She's always talking about, and reposting and retweeting, well, tweeting her content, but it may be content that she wrote earlier this year or even last year. And it's not always to the date content, which is amazing. And she still gets traction. She still gets retweets and comments and engagement from those things. So take a note from her, take a lesson from her notebook, a lesson from her playbook, and tweet your own content. I do this a lot as well. So there are some posts that have a high deal of great valuable information for one, and they have a good deal of engagement. A lot of times things are cyclical. Absolutely no use wasting valuable information no matter how old it is. So absolutely be consistent and tweet your own content, okay? Tweet your own content. Spend time tweeting your own content. Free ways to get more followers: tweeting more consistently, tweeting a lot. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's one of my most valuable things that I say, okay? So here's the thing. What is old to you is new to someone else, because there are people that are connecting with your brand and your content every day. So and so the 5 people that followed you yesterday missed what you posted 2 months ago from that blog post, right? So you can absolutely retweet. And when I say retweet, I mean like post it again, post a link to it again. People want it all, but they want to do it halfway. Being great isn't easy. I'm not sure what you mean by that. There are a million trillion people in this world, and we're not all connected to them. Oh, maybe you missed my stat. Can somebody clue her in on how many tweets there are a day? Do you think it's redundant for other followers? Absolutely not. There are 500 million tweets a day. Yes, you should post the same content multiple times a day. There are 500 million tweets daily. 500 million. Hey, from Hawaii, invite me to come see you, okay? 500 million tweets a day. Who are you? I mean, unless that person follows you and one other person, you're not going to annoy anybody. Right. And I'm sure it's going up now with Periscope. I want to come to Australia too. Absolutely. So please don't think that you're going to do that. Actually, it's more than that. How do I get a discovery session? Okay, hold on. I'll do that toward the end. Okay, so don't remind me. You have to stick around. Yes, absolutely. All right. So my next one is how often to post. You have to post at least. So that was number 4, to tweet your own content. So for those of you that are bloggers, even if you're not bloggers, if there's good information, if you have good information that you can share that numerous times. Because first of all, psychology states that it takes us anywhere from like 5 to 9 times to remember something. Okay, I would suggest setting up a discovery call with me. Let me look at your social media, and I can probably tell you what's happening. So, but I'll do that at the end. Rich friends, yes, rich friends, Team Scopra. Yes, how do you, okay, I'm going to talk about that at the end. I'm sorry. I just want to get through these because I know some people are here for this. So I want to make sure I get through these, and I will absolutely deal with that. Don't let me forget, please. So we're talking about Twitter tips for the day. Number 1 is follow industry and niche leaders. You can use lists. Okay, take care. You can use lists for that. Number 2 is to participate in Twitter chats. Number 3 is to become a link resource maven. Number 4 is to tweet your own content. Yes, absolutely. Is to tweet your own content. Number 5, and y'all are going to, I hope everyone is sitting down. Some of you may need to lay down because this one is going to, yeah, you're probably going to be like, what, Adeea? What? Number 5 Twitter tip. Post 10 to 25 times a day. I'm getting out of the way. Post 10 to 25 times a day. Yes, I know. My blogger boo friend, that's a lot. But my next tip is going to help you. Look, y'all have lost your minds. Y'all are like, what? Oh my God, I don't have that kind of time. I'm not even reading your comments, and I know that's what y'all are saying. Y'all are probably like, this girl is tripping. I'm about to leave this scope. She has lost her ever-loving mind. Ain't nobody got that kind of time. Nobody got that kind of fingers. Like, you think I have scope thumb? I'm really like, my hand's just gonna freeze up. Fred Sanford. Y'all remember he said about that. So yes, don't give away my next tip, y'all. Spoilers. Anyway, yes, you need to post 10 to 25 times a day. Yes, there are. Nope, not. Okay. 500 million tweets a day. Let me tell you how many people I follow on Twitter. Most people follow at least 5 businesses. So that's 5 people right there. So if I just follow 5 businesses, you know, maybe. Okay, I give you that. I follow 3,800 people. If you, I don't mean any harm, if you have a business, a brand, or a blog, if you can't find 10 things to say a day, I need for you to reevaluate what you're talking about. I can talk all day long about the things that I'm passionate about. I can do 10 tweets. I can do 10 tweets in no time. First of all, Twitter is only 140 characters. So I can't even tweet an entire paragraph in one tweet. So yes, this is my serious mode. Okay, so this is my Twitter page. I follow 3,800 people on Twitter. 3,800 people. Do you see how many tweets I've done? And I don't even tweet like that. Like, there's some people that have hundreds of thousands of tweets because they tweet everything about their life. Absolutely. I follow 3,800 people. 5 tweets. I'm never going to see your tweets. Like, ever going to see your tweets. So I closed down. Like, I got a real mess over that. All right. So you have to do more than 5 times a day. You have to post between 10 and 25 times a day. I actually got this is documented. This is a lot of different places, and that's why I say between 10 and 25. There's some people that say 10, some people say 14, 15, others people say 20, 25 times a day. That's at least like 1 time an hour throughout the course of a day. Adeea, who's a great periscoper and a blogger here full-time, excuse me, she posts 25 times a day. 25 times a day. So if you follow Adeea and you wonder, like how she's getting these opportunities and how, you know about her, it's because she's on Twitter. She posts on Twitter 25 times a day. Yes, I know it's a lot, but if you want to quit your job and Mattieology, Mattieologie. Yes. So, yes, you have to post 10 to 25 times a day. And so it looks like a lot if you go to your Twitter page and you see all of the posts right there. Yes, it looks like a lot, right? But when you are when you're on your Twitter feed, look at all of the various posts that I have. Like, they're all different, right? So they're all different people. So it's not the same post 25 times going down my timeline, okay? So when I see your post, even if I do see it multiple times, like, so what? It's okay. It really, really is okay. Every Sunday, I schedule my 7 tweets a day and knock it out. Make sure I have pics when you can. Absolutely. That's a great, great tip. Great, 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 great tip. So here we go. You can rephrase your repeat posts. Absolutely. You can switch it around a little bit. And if you're going to do a bulk upload in Hootsuite, you have to do that because they only take 1 tweet at a time. Right. I know, I hate to be like flipping about it, but it's okay. Like, I remember one year for the World Natural Hair Show, I think she probably got in trouble for this, but every time I was on Twitter, I saw something about the World Natural Hair Show. I saw a tweet from them. I didn't care. You got on Twitter, Periscope before Twitter. Now that's interesting. That's very interesting. But since the two are tied, I do absolutely think that there is value in having a presence on Twitter. And like I said, my presence on Twitter, because it had kind of slowed a little bit, it actually has slowed a lot, because primarily because I was spending most of my time on Instagram. So Periscope has kickstarted that again for me. Yes, you can retweet others, absolutely. So my number 6 Twitter tip is scheduling tools and apps are your friend. Scheduling tools and apps are your friend. You got on Twitter to get on Periscope. Means to an end. Hey, well, now that you're on it, you might as well use it. Add it to your arsenal. It's not that hard. It really isn't. I prefer Instagram too in some instances, but now that I'm on Periscope, Twitter is fine because it allows me to connect with different people as well. Like, my Twitter following has really, really increased quite tremendously. Yep, absolutely. Scheduling tools and apps are your friend. You all have already talked about, most of the ones that we have, that I know about, and good, awesome. All right, so here's my thing. And I talked about this last night on my Instagram thing. You can batch post now in Hootsuite to Instagram. Yes. So here's the thing about sharing your Instagram stuff directly on Twitter. If you do that, tweets with an IG link are 42% less likely to be retweeted when they have an IG link in them. I don't retweet IG links. I mean, because that means I got to click and go somewhere else and click and go somewhere else. I can't even open it in the app, all that kind of, ain't got time for that. So I don't necessarily recommend always connecting your Instagram post to your Twitter account. Like mine is connected, but I don't always post to Twitter from Instagram. So the stat is that tweets with an Instagram link in it, meaning that it links to whatever you posted on Instagram, are 42% less likely, no it doesn't, to be retweeted when they contain an IG link, because you don't even know what that is. If the caption is long, hi, how are you? If the caption is long, you're not going to see all of the caption. You get this link and you go over there. You can't really, yes, you do need IG for your visuals, but in my opinion, you should just post a picture of your painting or whatever that particular medium is on Twitter with a link to wherever it's housed on your website. Because when I'm scrolling through Twitter, let me show you again. When I'm scrolling through Twitter, okay, this is a perfect example. You see how this picture is right here on Twitter? I'm not going to see that in Instagram. I'm not going to see this in Instagram. I have to click a link, and you can see, I have to click a link and go somewhere else to see it. And to me, I'm not going to do that. And a lot of people aren't going to do that. So in situations like that, if you really want to, you can get it on my website, trendylifestyle.spreadshirt.com. I love my natural hair. That's what it says. I love my natural hair. And I have ones with different color hearts in it. So for me, it is very important. Thank you that you do that. Okay, so scheduling tools and apps are your friend. So my scheduling tool of choice, thank you, I appreciate it. My scheduling tool of choice is Hootsuite. I am a Hootsuite ambassador, and I love Hootsuite. I have been using Hootsuite for a very long time, like a very long time. And I have a pro account. With a free account, you can only manage, I think, maybe up to 5 accounts. So you can use various platforms: Twitter, now Instagram, Facebook pages, what else? Google Plus pages, I believe. Something else. So I have the pro account. I think it's like $5.99 a month. Pinterest, yes, $5.99 a month, and I can manage up to 20 accounts. So for me, it makes LinkedIn. Yes, you can. LinkedIn is one of them. It makes complete sense because I am able to manage. If you think about it alone, okay, so I have International Natural Hair Meetup Day, a Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. That's 4 right there. For Trendy Socialite, I have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook page. I have my personal Facebook page. That's 8 right there. I haven't even talked about the fact that I manage my work one, the fact that I manage church, the fact that, so for me, it made sense to be able to manage all of those. And the great thing, I'm going to actually bring up my Hootsuite platform for you so you can see it. The great thing about Hootsuite is that it literally is a dashboard. That is what you see. You see a dashboard. Absolutely. And even before I started making money and monetizing, it was a worthy investment. Do you know how much time I save? Time is money too, right? Do you know how much time I save when I'm actually able to go into Hootsuite and especially post the same thing on my Twitter, my Facebook, whatever page at the same time. Like, do you know how much time I save? And the fact that I'm able to schedule it, and also the fact that you can do bulk scheduling with Hootsuite. I'm not familiar with Buffer, so I can't really talk about it because I'm not familiar with it. Absolutely, sometimes more than money. Absolutely, because ain't nobody got time for that. That lady was so right. She didn't know how prophetic she was when she said that on the news. Ain't nobody got time for that. We really don't. All right, I'm trying to log into my Hootsuite account. I'm sorry. All right, so are y'all ready to see the magic? Are y'all ready to see? Sorry. All right, I'm gonna let you all see. This is my Hootsuite dashboard. Right now it's set to the trendy socialite. So this right over here is like the home. So that is that's my Twitter feed right here. This right here is are my mentions. This right here are my tweets right here. This is my DM right here. And the amazing thing about Twitter is that you can also create, you can also have streams where you're searching for various hashtags. So here are two of the hashtags that I search for: event planning and natural hair. So every tweet that has the hashtag natural hair, it pops up in that feed. So you know how people say that you are supposed to answer questions of your community? That's a great way to do it. To see what's going on in your community is to actually have a stream in Hootsuite where you can look up certain hashtags, certain terms, and it's really just, it's a real-time running list. It's a real-time running list. Yes, absolutely. So you can do natural hair, you can do homeschooling, you can do parenting, whatever it is that your particular niche is. Well, let's say it's posted by Hootsuite. Yes, it does. For me, I don't care about that. I know some people care about that. I really don't care about that. I've barely even noticed that when I'm looking, and I'm not looking at tweets like really kind of where they come from like that. I'm looking at the information. So I don't know, there's some people that like Buffer better. And so I get it. But for me, Hootsuite works for me because of the number of platforms I'm able to manage. The fact that I can also bulk upload. So let me see if I can show y'all that too. Hold on. See, that to me is a detail that doesn't really matter. Like, that's not going to make me less likely to follow you or to interact with you if I know that you've posted from Hootsuite. So it doesn't matter to me. All right, so I'm gonna show you this really quick. Here is how you can bulk upload. See, under publisher, you see it says draft schedule. Right down here, it says, right down there, it says bulk message upload. So I already have some things that are scheduled here. So I can go back in and edit these things. These are for work. But right here where it says bulk message upload, you can upload an Excel spreadsheet with all of your tweets in them. Let me see if I got mine open. Nope, I don't. Let me see if I can find it right quick. So what that does is it's an Excel spreadsheet, literally. So literally you can add and take away and update and change this Excel spreadsheet, and I upload it every day. Well, not every day, but when I do, I upload it directly to my site, and I'm able to do that. So let me show you this as well. This was a lifesaver during INHMD. So right here on the left, you see all of the dates and times to upload. And then that's the actual tweet itself. And if there's a link, the link goes over here in this column. So it is date and time, text of the tweet, and then the link of it. I mean, but then you can also post this to other social media platforms. But I do tend to try to, for me, I try to keep it to tweet length so that I don't run into no problems. Because I don't have time to do double work. So if it is tweet worthy and tweet friendly, then I just rock with it. Except for Instagram, I probably would do a separate bulk upload to Instagram. But other than that, nah. I would do something. I would just post directly up there, or I would add it to this particular spreadsheet. So for me, during INHMD, I mean, there's slightly different strategies with all of them, but I think if you've watched this 10 at 10 this week, one of the most important things is to be consistent. So you're consistently talking about whatever is important to you. You're consistently talking about your niche. And that's one of the most important things. A lot of the information can be cross-promoted and promoted on all 3 channels. And if you do things like save tweets, save captions, then you can absolutely do it. You have to be willing to devote some degree of time to get like the learning curve down with it. But you could focus on one platform for a couple of weeks and then add in another platform. But eventually you're going to have to learn how to manage all of them. It posts a link, unfortunately. That's the one thing that I don't like about Hootsuite. I don't know if that is the same case in Buffer, but my workaround for that is, if I really want the actual photo to post, I will go to a site called twuffer.com, TWUFFER.com, and I will just copy and paste my tweet there, and you can schedule it there. I can't do the bulk upload thing, but I can schedule my tweets there. So I do that if I want to. Yes, that's exactly how you spell it. Okay. So again, scheduling tools and apps are your friend. You really kind of need to do your research and determine what is the best for you, your time schedule, your business. Again, I use Hootsuite. So linking IG, Twitter, Facebook is not favorable when it comes to posting. You can link. I tell you what I do like linking and what I do suggest linking. Hey, how are you? Is Instagram and Facebook, like your Facebook page or your Facebook profile, because I don't post to Facebook. I do not go directly to my Facebook page and post anything because I'm not a Facebook fan. And I know all these people are clamoring because Facebook's about to get mentions and live streaming, and they're like, it's going to shut Periscope down. It ain't been shut Periscope down. So yeah, I'm not a huge Facebook fan. So the only reason why there is content on my Facebook page is because it is linked to my Instagram. I'm tired of it too, quite frankly. So it's whatever. I guess my audience is technically up there, but then it's not. And the only reason why I'm still on Facebook like that personally is because of my family. That's not on any other social media platform. So like, I don't think any of my cousins are on Twitter. I don't think I think a couple of my cousins are on Instagram, but like the younger ones, the ones that are younger than me. Anyway. We're talking about Twitter. I don't know why I want to keep saying Twitter chat, and I mean Twitter tips. I am 39 and a half years old. I will be 40 in December. Actually, more than 39 and a half now. So we're talking about Twitter tips. Number 1 is follow industry. Yeah, and Facebook is doing some other things as well now. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I'll check it out, but this is what I'm not interested in on Facebook, paying to play. I'm not interested in that. So that's why I don't really fool with Facebook like that. I really have become disgruntled with the fact, thank you, I appreciate it. I really have become disgruntled with the fact that in order for my content to show, I had to pay to do that. So yeah. Someone asked about Snapchat. So Snapchat, the primary demographic is 18 to 24-year-olds. If that is your target audience for whatever it is that you're promoting or doing, then you should be on Snapchat, in my opinion. For me, Periscope is where my audience is over Snapchat. I'm not going to do both. So, I'm not on Snapchat. I'm not even on Snapchat at work. I tell the students to get on Snapchat. I was like, yeah, you could do all that, but that's not a platform that I really choose to learn. So if Snapchat, right, if the demographic of Snapchat is for you, then by all means get up there. But otherwise, I don't fool with Snapchat. Can I start over at number 1? Okay, number 1 is follow industry and niche leaders. Number 2, participate in Twitter chats. Number 3, become a link resource maven, right? Number 4, tweet your own content. Number 5, where everybody lost their minds and it was like, I am done with Adeea. Post 10 to 25 times a day. I know, like, my feed was like this. They were like, what? Oh, you know, it must be time for me to get off because Twitter is tripping. I mean, Periscope is tripping. Hi, 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 hi. And we're back. All right. So, anyway, I was doing like a little bit of a replay. If you don't mind sharing, that would be great. Follow industry and niche leaders was number 1. Number 2, participate in Twitter chats. Number 3, become a link resource maven. Number 4, tweet your own content. Number 5, where Periscope blew up and it blew up again just now, post 10 to 25 times a day. Number 6, what we were just talking about, scheduling tools and apps are your friend. Number 7 is to actually what I just showed you from my Hootsuite dashboard is to search trends in your niche. So when I showed you that event planning stream in Hootsuite and that natural hair stream, search your trends and your niche on Twitter. That's how you sort of keep up what's going on, see who's out there, see where, I know, right? See where everything is happening and what people are talking about. Because one of the things that you want to do as a brand, especially if you are a blogger or you're trying to get, no, Trendy Socialite is my personal Twitter account because that's really more me. That's where I started. Actually, I changed my Twitter name. My initial Twitter name was something like Black Sis 2000 or something, and then I changed it to the Trendy Socialite. But I also have a Twitter account, Adeea R. Rogers. So that's the one that's like for my webpage or whatever, my website. But I don't tweet from that much. I do, but then I don't. So Trendy Socialite is what people know me as, and I don't mind that. So I love it. So I just go with that one. So you can search trends and your niche in in Twitter or in some sort of um, program like Hootsuite if you want to. Or there are other apps and avenues where you can search trends in your niche as well. Definitely try to shorten links, especially links that you use a lot or consistently, with something like Bitly. I know, right? That Twitter name was taken, so I haven't come up with an alternative that's not complicated and easy to spell. And like I said, everyone knows me as a trendy socialite, so I'm good with it right now. Shorten links with Bitly. So if you, and especially links that you're going to use regularly, like your content and links to products on your page, make Bitly links for those. There's a Bitly app, so you can absolutely go back there, find the link that you want, copy it, and then put it in your thing. So it actually shortens the link, and you want to make sure that you try to do that. Especially sometimes our blog links are like yay long, and so you can shorten those a little bit with Bitly links. And Bitly also tracks like how many clicks and stuff like that that go to that site. So it's still good analytics from there too. That was number 8. Number 9, and this is sort of what we were talking about just a few minutes ago. Be alive on Twitter. So actually let that be you. Even if it is a scheduled tweet from Hootsuite or some other scheduled account, be alive. What I don't like seeing, especially when I go to someone's Twitter page, because, you know, I check people out. So I look at your Twitter page. I don't want to see a Twitter timeline full of linked from content, meaning all I see is links from Facebook, links from Instagram, links from LinkedIn. I don't want to go to your Twitter page and that's all I see. Because I'm thinking, like, you're not even on Twitter. If I were to say something to you, like mention you, would you even see it? Because you're not even up here. All your stuff is linked from other places. So, you know, at least a couple of times a day, like, come on Twitter and actually say something live. Or, you know, even if it's a scheduled tweet from Hootsuite, it at least shows me that you are intentional about posting there. And you're also going to see those mentions. You're going to see what people are saying, and you need to come back on and reply. Do you suggest having a Twitter account for blog? Yes, I do. I mean, honestly, it could be, because if blogging is just part of what you feel like your purpose to do, then your Twitter name could be your name. And then that's all the stuff that you do: blogging, writing, speaking, selling books, selling t-shirts, selling incense, whatever, could all be under that. Yeah. So be alive on Twitter. Be alive. So be a real person on Twitter. Don't just be a link a page full of linked from content. Then my number 10 is one that I said on last night especially. Thank you. Use hashtags. Now, on Twitter, because again, you only have 140 characters to use. I wouldn't use, because you only have 140 characters to use. So you want to make sure that your message doesn't get lost by things that aren't necessary. One of the things that I love about Twitter is it forces you to be concise. It forces you to say what you got to say in 140 characters. Say what you got to say. What is it you're trying to say? What are the words that are coming out of your mouth in 140 characters or less? And you really need to make it or less, because what if somebody wants to retweet it? You want to be sure that there is, you know, a little bit of space where someone can retweet it and give you credit for it and not, thank you, night, and not, you know, and give you the mentions for it. So use hashtags. 2 things that I suggest is to have a dedicated hashtag for your brand and your business and an event. So that's something that you can search for. So you can, for me, I could have a hashtag trendy socialite, right? I have a hashtag trendy socialite, and anytime I tweet something, use a trendy socialite. People are very quick to pick up on those sorts of behaviors, so they will actually, once they see you posting and tweeting with that, then they will do that as well. You can also do a dedicated hashtag for an event. So if you have, like, the main ingredient is a dinner that I do sometimes, so you can do a hashtag with the main ingredient, and you can search those things, and that's where you can get some of your analytics and see what people are saying. Can you create your own link, or do you have to use the generate link? No, you can customize it. You can customize a bit.ly link, but you don't want it to be longer than the original link, right? So you just have to be purposeful and thoughtful about that. But you can tell that, because I do that all the time. I customize my own links. So that's where you get bit.ly/discovery purpose call. Yeah, so those are my Twitter tips for you. Follow industry and niche leaders. You can use lists in Twitter to do that. Participate in Twitter chats. Become a link resource maven, meaning that you share resources and links to articles with your audience. Tweet your own content. Tweet your own content, even if it's older, because what's old to you is new to someone else that is just becoming connected with your brand. Post 10 to 25 times a day. 10 to 25 times a day. Schedule tools and apps are your friend. Schedule tools and apps are your friend. Another reason why I like Hootsuite, because I have apps on my phone, on my computer, while log in on my computer, and on my tablet. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Let's see, what was I talking about? Number 7, search trends and your niche. So in Hootsuite, you can have a stream where you literally just search that, and it refreshes with the up-to-date content of people using that hashtag. Shorten your links with bit.ly. Be alive on Twitter, meaning that you don't have a page full or a Twitter feed full of linked from content, not LinkedIn, linked from content, meaning that it's a link to Facebook, a link to Instagram, and that's all people see. And then lastly, use hashtags. My favorite, use hashtags. Yes, I'm going to talk about that right now. Use hashtags. And have a dedicated hashtag for your brand, your business, or your event. Okay, so thank you so much. For those of you that need to skedaddle, that is fine. I understand. Not a problem. For those of you that can stick around, you most certainly are welcome to do that, because I'm going to talk about how you can schedule a discovery purpose call with me.